Hello everybody, my name is Nemo and welcome back to another Magic video. Today we're taking a look at Lords of Darkness, the mono black control slash demon slash sacrifice kind of deck. So there's two ways of building this deck. There's the way where you have all the small guys and the sacrifice effects and all that, and you run all the stuff like Triumph of Cruelty, and you run stuff like Grave Pact, and you run stuff like Screams from Within. Where you just end up sacrificing all your guys and killing all their dudes, and everybody loses life, and all the fun stuff is ahead. But I think the best build for this deck is going to be just playing it as a mono black control deck, because mono black control is pretty sweet. So we're running 26 lands here, and that's because we definitely want to play our 5-drops on time. We've got 11 of those, which is quite a lot, and yeah, that's where the real power of this deck is. And 26 lands is on average 5 lands going to be on the table by turn 5. So that's why we're running 26 lands here. And you might want to run even more than that, just because you definitely want to guarantee the 5 lands. But we've got the Heartless Summoning, so that helps us out a bit as well. So I think we can run at 26. So yeah, we've got Innocent Blood here in the deck. Each player sacrifices a creature. Always quite nice, especially since I'm running a control deck. I probably don't have creatures out, at least not early in the game. So my opponent is going to sack a dude for 1 mana, and I'm not going to do anything, because that's just how evil I am. We've got Mortician Beetle here, 1 cost, 1/1. Whenever a dude sacrifices a dude, you may put a 1/1 counter on this dude. That's not good enough. We've got Festering Goblin, also not that great in this deck. Unless you're running the whole, I sacrifice my stuff, you sacrifice your stuff, we both lose life kind of deck. Then that's not really what you want in the deck, because just removal is better than this kind of stuff. We've got Onyx Mage here. He's also basically a removal spell that sits on the board and is like, hey, look at me, I'm a removal spell. Bet you can't do anything about it. Oh shit, you did something about it. Oops. So I'd rather just play removal spells. Foul Imp is a 2-cost 2/2 flyer, and he makes you lose 2 life when he enters the battlefield. He's most likely going to be a blocker slash jump blocker, and you're going to lose 2 life by playing him. So why wouldn't you just rather play a removal spell and just, be sure that you kill that guy and you don't lose 2 life in the process? That would probably be better. At least in this build. I mean, in the build where you go all nuts with where's the card? Grave Pact, then I guess I can see a point to the card, but not in this build. Got Heartless Summoning. I've got 1 of those in the deck, and he makes my stuff cost a little bit less, and he makes them a little bit less big. We've got 3 of them in the deck. I don't need 3. I think the deck runs fine enough with 0 in the deck, but the card is fine, and I do get some use out of it occasionally. And occasionally it's not useful, but gives me some more flexibility. Sometimes I can play a 5-drop at turn 3, and that's pretty nice. But you definitely don't need multiples of them. I think the trap here is that you run all 3 and then you draw all 3 and you don't do anything for the whole game. I mean, you don't need these cards, so 1 of them is good enough. We've got Diabolic Edict here. Target player sacrifices a dude, and we've got 4 of those in the deck. Always very nice. Removal is good. Doomblade, again, removal is good. Unless you're playing against mono black, then you're not so happy to have Doomblade in hand. We got Infernal Tutor. Tutor is good. It's not that complicated. You can tutor something. Great. I mean, this card is pretty specific in how you use it, but it's still quite good. You've got Damnation in hand. You can be like, hey, Infernal Tutor, guess what? I have Damnation in hand, and worse than that, I'm getting my 2nd Damnation. And the opponent sees those cards, and he's like, well, you've got 2 Damnations. How am I ever going to win this game? Crappity crap. I mean, yeah, you have to reveal it, but the opponent is likely going to be like, shit. So, not much they can do about it anyways. So, yeah, very good card. We've got Exhume here. Each player puts a dude from his or her graveyard onto the battlefield, and that's a pretty nice card. I haven't had that much use for it, just in playtesting, because this is like a last-ditch effort, I guess. Most of the time I'd rather get something back with Diabolic Servitude than with Exhume, because if the opponent has anything juicy in his or her graveyard, then, it's not as good to play Exhume. as it is to play Diabolic Servitude. But the card is, you know, it's still nice. You can get a Runescar Demon with it, and if it's really a problem that the opponent gets something, then you just get a removal card with Runescar Demon, and you remove whatever they get. So it's still a nice card. I just haven't had much need for it just yet, but it's still a really good card. And the only other card I could think of to replace Exhume with is the second copy of Hideous End, and I don't think we need that many cards that don't work against mono black decks. So, speaking of Hideous End, here it is. It's basically Doomblade, and the opponent loses 2 life, which, I don't care about them losing 2 life. I'd rather have another Doomblade, but whatever. I mean, it's basically there's not that much downside to playing Hideous End as compared to Doomblade. It just costs you 1 more mana, and as you can see, we don't have any other cards in free drop range, so whatever. We've got Suit Imp here, which we're not playing because I don't care about my opponent losing life. It doesn't matter to me. And Soul Cage Fiend, I do care about myself losing life, and I don't care about my opponent losing life, so I think this is a pretty bad card to be playing in a control deck. We've got Triumph of Cruelty here, free cast enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Target opponent discards a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. I think this card would be better in a deck with a lower mana curve, where I'm all about, you know, playing all those small guys that do incremental things, and that, you know, I can sack multiple dudes or whatever, and I can combo that with Grave Pact. If I was running that build, then I think Triumph of Cruelty would be better. I did run one of these in this build just as a test, and it did pretty well actually, but sometimes it wasn't doing anything, and the times that it did do something, it just did the same thing that a removal spell likely would have done. So I don't think the card is needed, but it's not that bad. You can run one. We've got Screams from Within here. I think this is just worse than another removal spell, unless you're specifically all about the interaction with Grave Pact. And the reason that that build I think is worse than this build is simply because there's only 2 Grave Pact, so you can't rely on it. But anyways, Screams from Within, yeah, there's the whole, you know, the dream scenario where the opponent has a bunch of 1/1s on the board and you're like, ha ha ha, kill them all. But whatever, we've got mass removal, so even though that's a nice scenario, we can do the same with our mass removal, and we don't need more ways of doing that are, you know, not that likely to happen anyways. So I'd rather just have a removal spell and be sure that I can kill something. So the second Hideous End we're not running because we've got plenty of Doomblade-esque cards already. We don't need that many of them. We're already very weak against Deadwalkers anyways. This deck just doesn't do that well against Deadwalkers. So yeah, not much to be done about that, but definitely don't want another Hideous End. So we've got Grave Pact, which we're not running because in this particular build I have only a few creatures and all of them are pretty big, and I don't care about my opponent sacking a 1/1 when they kill my big creature. I'd rather just play another big creature that does something cool. So no thanks to Grave Pact there. We've got No Mercy, which we're also not running. It's a 4-cast enchantment, and whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy it. So you'd think that this is actually pretty nice in this particular deck, just because you can combo it with the other mass removal cards. Well, the actual mass removal, I guess this isn't mass removal. And then the opponent would be forced, if you have No Mercy out, to play their whole hand onto the board just because they have to get by the No Mercy. They have to kill you the turn they attack, because otherwise their dudes die for no reason. So you force them to play all the dudes, and then you play mass removal, and you basically win the game. That's the idea here, and I can definitely see that. But No Mercy in this particular meta is a weak card, because there's plenty of decks that are like, yes, you kill my guy, I'm so happy. Like Deadwalkers gets their guy back and it's bigger, and it's just, I mean, I was playing a game against Deadwalkers where I had to play No Mercy basically, because I was testing the card and that was my 4-drop, you know, I had to play it. And the opponent was like, alright, I play Grave Pact, you can't win the game now, lol. Just plenty of annoying stuff, and there's a lot of decks that are very happy to see No Mercy hit the board just because they want their guys to die, so they can reuse it or whatever. And yeah. So yeah, the 4-drops we are running, Diabolic Servitude is a very key card to this deck, and it does a lot of good things for you, such as bring back your Runescar Demon, and as well bring back your Runescar Demon. And the other thing it's really good at is bring back your Runescar Demon. But even if you don't have Runescar Demon, or you're already brought back your Runescar Demon and it's now exiled because it died the second time, then it's still a really nice card, because you can bring back another bomb, or you can potentially bring back another bomb. Should I keep talking about this card, or do you know how good it is now? So we've got Tendrils of Corruption, a 4-cost instant, and you deal X damage and gain X life. Very nice, because we need some life gain here to offset our card draw, which our card draw is hurting us in the life department. So having some life gain is very nice, as well as being able to deal with those aggro decks. Killing their biggest threat and gaining a bunch of life is always very, very nice. And this card is just really, really nice. And the fact that you've got 2 of them means you can tutor the second one when you got the first one in hand. And you'll probably win that game. We've got Mutilate here, Mass Removal. We've got 2 Damnations, Mass Removal. Keep in mind there's 2 Damnations and only 1 Mutilate. So if you're like, which one do I get a second copy of? It's the Damnation. That's what you get the second copy of. In this meta, there's not that much difference between the 2. They'll probably kill anything. But, I mean, if you're playing against Chant of the Moldaya, you'd probably rather have Damnation, because maybe you're still at 4 lands and they're at 9. You play a 9-drop and you can't kill it with Mutilate. But there are creatures with Indestructible, and Indestructible creatures don't die to Damnation, they do die to Mutilate. Although I can't really think of anything that's Indestructible in this meta, but oh well. We've got Shadowborn Demon here. It's a removal spell on a stick, and that stick is gonna go away the next turn, because there's very unlikely chance that you're ever going to have 6 creature cards in your graveyard. So this is almost always going to die the very next turn. But it works really well in this deck, and even in the Dimir deck it's worth it just to play it as a removal spell and have it die the next turn, because it's a removal spell, it blocks for that turn. Very nice. In this deck that's also the case, and there are some very nice upsides to this card over other removal spells. Namely, that you can bring it back with Diabolic Servitude. Or, if you've got Heartless Summoning out, you can play it for 3 mana and have a blocker for a turn. Always very nice. If you've got Reaper from the Abyss on the board, then you get to kill 2 dudes with it. If you've got Harvester of Souls on the board, you get to draw 2 cards with it. Always very nice. So yeah, there's definitely some very nice combos with Shadowborn Demon in this deck. So it's a very good card in this deck. We've got Bloodgift Demon here, 5 cost, and we know what this does. You get to get some amazing card advantage as long as this guy stays on the board. And that's very nice. Some decks don't really have removal that gets rid of this. They've got pacifism, but you're still gonna be drawing cards. So, very nice card indeed. And staple of this deck, we've got all 3 of those in the deck. We've got Halo Hunter here, and Destroy Target Angel. The weird thing about that ability is that it's rarely going to be useful, even if the opponent has angels. For instance, Baneslayer Angel has protection from demons, so this guy can't kill Baneslayer Angel, which is hilarious. But he's still a 6/3 Intimidate for 5 mana, which is very nice, because he's your first, real threat that you're gonna be playing on the board. And he can deal 6 damage a turn, which is quite good. He kills opponents in 4 turns on his own. So, I like him. And if you've played Hideous End, he kills people in 3 turns on his own. So, yay. Not bad. We've got Promise of Power here, 5 cost sorcery. And you can either draw 5 cards and lose 5 life, or you can put an XX black demon creature on the board, where it's as big as the number of cards you've got. Or you can do both with Entwine, and doing both is hilarious, and you're probably going to win that game, unless the opponent kills you on their turn or whatever. Because if you get to untap with all those cards drawn and the demon on the board, then there's not a big chance for the opponent to win, especially since at that point you'll have 9 mana out, because the Entwine cost is 4. So yeah, very, very good card, and all this card draw is just really good and ensures that you're going to win the late game. Got Harrowing Journey here. It does a little bit less, but it also costs you less life, so it's also a very good card draw card, and you can target them with this card. This one, you can only you yourself lose 5 life, but with this one you can actually make your opponent lose life. So keep that in mind. Sometimes it's going to be irrelevant, sometimes it's not going to be irrelevant. It's always nice when you can kill people by making them draw cards, right? So the 5 drops I'm not running here. Renegade Demon is simply worse than any of the other 5 drops, and particularly Halo Hunter is just obviously better. So no thanks to Renegade. No thanks, Renegade Demon. I don't want you. That's all the 5-drops I'm not running. Everything else I am running, and you can see that I'm running 11 5-drops. So yeah, quite a few 5-drops I am running. We've got a Reaper from the Abyss, and this guy is great, and he doubles up your removal spells as well as be a huge flyer. So very good card. Got Harvester of Souls. This guy is a card draw engine. He's very nice. He draws you even more cards in general than Bloodgift Demon does, and he's just really good. I mean, this guy is surprisingly good, in fact. We've got Corrupt here, and Corrupt is always good. We like Corrupt, right? So we're not running Hellcarver Demon here, 6 cost, 6/6. This guy is just too dangerous to be playing because he destroys all your permanents, and then the opponent is like, alright, now I remove your guy while he's attacking, and lols, you got nothing left. That would be quite silly indeed if that were to happen. The 7-drops, we've got Lord of the Void here, and Lord of the Void is just a big 7/7 flyer that occasionally does something amazing, and that is that he gets to put a creature card from my opponent's library on the board occasionally after milling them. So, quite a nice card. Runescar Demon is obviously a must, and I can't imagine anyone not running this card if you've got the option. So yeah, he's obviously just amazing, and very nice if you get to use him again with with Diabolic Servitude or Exhume. So very good card. We got I guess we should move on to the 7-drops I'm not running. Lord of the Pit is just worse than any of the other threats because this is dangerous, and you don't want to lose 7 life if you can't sacrifice something. It's just, why would you run this card? I don't know. I mean, it's a cool card and all, and it used to be really good ages ago in Magic, but right now this is just not as good as the other cards in this deck, so no thanks. We've got 1 copy of Reaver Demon we're running here, and 1 is enough. And you can tutor him with Runescar Demon, and he's going to destroy everything and put a huge 6/6 on the board. Well, when I say everything, I mean everything that your opponent controls, not everything that you control. So very nice. One-sided Wrath of God effects are always good, and this guy is no exception. But I only want 1 because he does cost 8 mana, and I don't want to be sitting with 2 of these on the board. And most of the time, if I get to play this guy, the game is over, I win. So I don't need a second one. So we've got Pestilence Demon here, and this is just worse than Reaver Demon. I mean, he can be mass removal if you want tap with him, and other than that, I don't know. You can be very specific in which cards you kill and which cards you don't kill. But I mean, do you really want to lose more life? Do you really? It does damage to you as well, and I don't know. I just don't really need this card. I'd rather, if I were to run another 8-drop, I'd run the second Reaver Demon. And this guy, he's cool and all, but I mean, I guess the advantage would be that you can kill black creatures with it, whereas Reaver Demon can't. But then again, if I'm playing against Deadwalkers and I'm going to hurt myself by playing this ability and have the guys come back and etc., then that doesn't really do as well either. So it doesn't really help there either. So yeah, no real need for that. And like I said, I only want 1 Reaver Demon. And Demon of Death's Gate is cool and all, but it doesn't do as well in this deck as it does in Deadwalkers. And I don't know, my other bombs are good enough, so I don't really need the guy either. He's just a 9/9 flying trample guy, and he doesn't do something really cool when he comes on the board, or have some kind of awesome ability like these other bombs have. So I'd rather run those. So that's the deck, and we're gonna be going into some gameplay, and I'll see you in a game in the next video. My name's been Nemo. My name will still be Nemo then. Thanks for watching. See you next time.